Alright guys, so today we took one trade only. It was a break even. I know you saw the video. We're gonna go over that right now why I took it. So it was a $10 L. Really, price action was really sloppy today. This is where I took my trade right here. I moved my stops as soon as we reached a rejection block up there and we were unable to move. So see this right here. So as soon as we closed, stop loss was down here. And then this was the original take profit all the way up there. And then eventually we moved the stops break even. As soon as we met the rejection block, we were above the mean threshold of this right here. We had a candle closure up here above. So to me, that indicated what higher prices. It was also during the silver bullet and to 11 right here. This looked like the clean reversal. You don't want to see price come back down and re-deliver into this. You want to see us continue to break above here, create fair value ups, and continue to the upside here, and at least break above this high. Since we already had this market structure shift, now you want to see this high get broken above and then continue to the upside. But we did have the 22 model form. We had a break of market structure, and then we had a fair value up down here form, and then you can see the market did re-deliver into it, and then eventually we moved up higher. But the trade idea was already closed by then. And then we had 15-minute CRT, which I'm gonna go over, and then we also swept these lows down here, and then eventually we started to move up higher. That's the main key scenario. It was a market maker buy model. Ideally, I was gonna look for shorts as soon as we formed this bearish breaker here, early AM session. But then I realized we had news at 10 a.m. and I was like, yeah, it's not really worth it to be trying to take a trade at 10 a.m. So I just really waited after the news, and then eventually I started to look for trade ideas. So yeah, this is pretty much really the lower time frame trade idea. Everything looked pretty ideally bullish here to me. And then if we go to the 15-minute time frame, and this was like the second area of where I was going to take a partial. So here I was going to take a partial. This is going to be like TP1 right here, but we failed to reach it. And then this was going to be TP2, which was the 15-minute CRT high, since it was inside of this sell side imbalance and what this bearish order block. And then this was TP3. Here again, we just didn't really have many higher time frame confluences backing us up in this scenario. If we had like a 4-hour PD array, being tapped up into, that would have been a lot more of a high confluence. So on the 15-minute time frame, we had a 15-minute CRT. You can see at 10:30 we opened up, moved down lower, and then we went up higher. We already met 50% here. Like we don't need to move any higher. We can come back down, reject, but it would be more ideal to reach the high. And then on the 15-minute time frame, we also had this right here, this low inside of this 1-hour PD array, which we came down and we swept, and then eventually we started to move up higher. And since we were ideally still inside of a range bound market, to me, until we swept this low, since we're back and forth until we met that low, then eventually I'm going to start looking for trade ideas, because this is like an external objective on the internal model, and it would have been a lot more high confluence. Like we waited for the low to get swept, which we did, and not this one right here. If we swept this low and suppose we didn't meet this one, we start to reverse, I wouldn't want to take that trade, because we're still yet to meet the external objective, and I would rather wait for the external objective to be met. So in the 15-minute time frame, we formed that 15-minute CRT here. We didn't complete it, and now we're forming another one with this low right here. But again, I'm done for today. Only one trade. And then on the 1 hour, we had that 1 hour low also, or the 15-minute low, and then we had a 1 hour buy side imbalance, which was a key prominent, target. But we also have this 1 hour bearish order block, which is holding. You can see that there. The 50%, we are unable to get a close above majority of this AM session right now. We're just unable to do that. And then on the 1 hour time frame, we had this 1 hour objective from yesterday, and we had a 1 hour inversion for earlier, which we did retrace up into to then move up higher. And then we formed the bullish breaker here. That's kind of why I kept it there. So we formed the bullish breaker, why we swept this low, and then we closed above. So what is that, a bullish breaker? We're using the standard deviation targets to meet up here, complete the market maker model here. And yeah, it just looks ideally very, very bullish. On the 4 hour time frame, we have a new objective, which would have to be this right here. And then we have our our buy side objective, and then our sell side objective here. So again, we do have this new week opening gap, which we have I've already went below. So we went below it. We created the low of week on Monday. Now we're going to have to wait and see, if Tuesday continues to the upside, and then tomorrow, what is tomorrow's weekly profile? If we're going to form Tuesday high of week and then start moving lower, that could be an indication too, so we have to be very, very cautious, because on the 1 day or the daily time frame, we have a sell side imbalance with a volume imbalance, which again, we are tapping up into, and we are rejecting. You can see we rejecting off of it right now. So we have to be very cautious. And what else? We're building up all this low resistance down here. So whenever we do flush, it's going to be pretty quick. So you have to keep that in mind, So again, even though we're uptrending, again, it just doesn't look like really, really strong delivery to the upside. We're having very, very slow movement up there. But again, it's failure swing after failure swing, building up low resistance here. Maybe we start to flush if we do hold this, and then eventually on the 4 hour or on the 1 hour, we make this an inversion right here. To me, then and there, I'm like, okay, hold on. We might be a little bit more bearish. I'm going to be watching to see this low and see if we hold it or not, So that's another key thing, we got to see if we continue to the upside, if we're able to break above Monday's high. That's going into tomorrow, If tomorrow's going to break above Monday's high, we're going to be watching to see that form. And again, this does look like a market maker buy model for right now, and I'm waiting to see what happens after we complete it. Do we continue to the upside? Do we have strong delivery? Do we break market structure and continue to the upside and have fair value ups, our bullish PD arrays created, bouncing off of that PD array, that high up there? And if not, are we going to sweep, move lower, reverse, come back down to Monday's low, target Monday's low, and then eventually create low of week going into Thursday and Friday? It's very important to just simply be waiting and be patient. Like today was my one trade, break even, I'll take it. We're starting off the week with one break even. It is what it is, So yeah, that's pretty much really it. Again, range bound market conditions. Now I'm going to be watching to see either we sweep this low or we sweep this high. And again, 50%, always watching 50%, seeing what happens at 50% or the equilibrium. That's very, very important. So yeah, that's pretty much really it, guys. And we're in a range bound market. I'm not planning on taking any trades anymore. One trade a day, I got to go handle some stuff at the job. So yeah, peace.